Field of Dreams is a 1989 movie about a struggling Iowan farmer named Ray Kinsella. One night, he hears a mysterious voice speaking to him saying, "If you build it, he will come." After hearing this voice, something tells him that he's supposed to build a baseball field in the middle of his corn crops, and suddenly, ghosts of long-forgotten baseball players show up to play at his field, including shoeless Joe Jackson and 7 other of the Black Sox. In the meantime, Ray goes on an adventure to gather up his literary hero, Terrence Mann, who he has to kidnap in order to get him to come to Iowa. He has this feeling that he needs to bring Terrence Mann back to his farm. Eventually, they form a friendship, and Terrence accompanies him to the field in the middle of the corn that he has built. As the movie nears its conclusion, it becomes evident that Ray's money troubles have not gotten better, and they've only gotten worse since he ripped apart a ton of his corn crop in order to install a baseball field. Finally, when he's cornered by his brother-in-law to sell the team, Terrence Mann gets up and he says, "Ray, people will come, Ray. They'll come to Iowa for reasons they can't even fathom. They'll turn up to your driveway not knowing for sure why they're doing it. They'll arrive at your door as innocent as children longing for the past. Of course, we won't mind if you look around. You'll say, it's only $20 per person. They'll pass over the money without even thinking about it, for it is money they have and peace that they lack. People will come, Ray. One constant through all the years, Ray, has been baseball. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers. It's been erased like a blackboard, rebuilt and erased again. But baseball has marked the time. This field, this game, it's a part of our past, Ray. It reminds us of all that was once good, and it could be again. Oh, people will come, Ray. People will most definitely come." You know, I hear this monologue, and I think about the way that Terrence, played by James Earl Jones, sees baseball. This field in particular. It's in much the same way that I see the church. We aren't sure why it is, but somehow we have been called to build something so that people who need a second chance, ourselves included, can come and be made whole again. We have been called to be a part of God's work in easing the world's pain. We aren't sure why God makes us a part of that work, but he does anyway, and we can celebrate that we get to be a part of it. Even in times like now, we too can have faith that God will be at work and that God is going to make a way. Here's what Paul says to some people in the same kind of situation that a pandemic-stricken world and a financially strapped Ray Kinsella find themselves in. In 2 Corinthians chapter 4, he says, "But we have this treasure in jars of clay to show that this all-surpassing power is from God and not from us. We are hard-pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not abandoned, struck down, but not destroyed. We always carry around in our body the death of Jesus, so that the life of Jesus may also be revealed in our body. For we who are alive are always being given over to death, for Jesus' sake, so that life may also be revealed in our mortal body. So then death is at work in us, but life is at work in you. It is written, I believed, therefore I have spoken. Since we have the same spirit of faith, we also believe and therefore speak, because we know that the one who raised the Lord Jesus from the dead will also raise us with Jesus and present us with you to himself. And this is for your benefit, so that the grace that is reaching more and more people may cause thanksgiving to overflow to the glory of God. Therefore we do not lose heart. Though outwardly we are wasting away, yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day. For our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. Since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal." We too are called to take risks like Ray Kinsella in this movie, and to have faith that God is somehow going to take care of us. We too are called to have a great faith whereby we realize that through God's intervention, we will be taken care of like Ray was. We too are called to trust in God for all we have and celebrate the reconciled relationships that we enjoy at church with God and with others. You know, over the next few weeks, we're going to be talking about baseball in church, but we're also going to be talking about baseball during these conversations that we have in our devotions every day. I've put together a whole bunch of fun, different stories about baseball, and I can't wait to share them with you. As we begin now, it is with the idea that we have a God who reconciles us, who even in the most difficult times welcomes us back into the fold and gives us what we need. When I think about baseball, I often think of the same sort of things: underdog stories, wacky stories, things you would never believe, and yet they're true. I can't wait to talk about baseball with y'all over the next few weeks.